Hello, everyone. This is Tony Kaufman with the World Class Mentors, and this is a radio show and podcast celebrating people who have achieved world-class status through sharing their stories and honoring their mentors. I have a very fabulous guest today. His name is Nolan Davis from Houston, Texas. Nolan, you're a Guinness World Book Record holder, a motivational speaker, TV and radio host, and CEO of founder of VIDS, VIDS Inc. Now, you've been playing with a group called Up Social Network. You believe that building a successful business begins with an idea and people that are willing to do the work that you need to do to make it happen. Nolan, you are definitely a world-class mentor. I met you recently, but you made such a wonderful impression. And I really do agree that you are known for your ability to inspire greatness and promote success. So tell me a little bit about yourself, Nolan. Where were you from originally?
Actually, I'm from Chicago. I live in Houston now, but born and raised in Chicago, Illinois, on the South Side.
On the South Side. What brought? It took you long enough. How long did it take you to get to Texas?
Everybody says that. That is hilarious to me. I've never seen so many people that love a state as much as Texans. I've actually been here for 10 years or so. I'm sometimes on the side, I'm a storm chaser. So I chased Ike in, and we set up shop after that. I was going to move to Atlanta, but I saw some opportunities here, and my family and we just kind of set up shop here. So, so since Ike was here, that's when I got here to Houston.
That's amazing. So listen, talk to me about the world record holder on Guinness.
Well, so there's a lot of different, people will give you a lot of different advice. And so, when you look for marketing ideas, you're looking to really set yourself apart from everybody else. I just kind of was looking at a lot of different things, and I came up with the idea to write a marketing book, because everything I've done, I started on a shoestring. Like I started VIDS Inc. literally with $100, right? And so we've done some amazing things to build the business from the ground up. And one of the things that I wanted to do was I wanted to set myself apart from everyone else that was either in video and or networking. So I combined the two and created Up Social Network, which was the only live streaming networking group. So we would stream in front of a live audience. We would get thousands of views just at our regular networking group first thing in the morning. And so I came up with the idea, I would really want to get tens of thousands of views. How many views could we get if we did something really big, really monumental, and made everybody that was in the network a part of it? So that's when I came up with breaking the Guinness Book of World Records. I did it December 16th and 17th, 2016. I'm in the Guinness Book for the most TV interviews in 24 hours. The record was 70 at the time, and we actually did 173. So we broke it by over 100.
That sounds like you had a blast, to be real honest with you. That's pretty exciting.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. We had nothing but doctors, surgeons, and business owners, because we did it in a local hospital here in the Clear Lake area. So, if it got slow or whatever the case may be, especially late at night, that 2, 3 in the morning, I would have doctors and nurses that I could actually just pull in and do whatever I needed to do. But it was absolutely a great time. But more importantly, it was a great platform for all of the business owners that were affiliated with me to really get their business out. We actually got over 30,000 views within that 24 hours for that live stream. So it was a great time. Absolutely.
Wow, Nolan, it sounds like it's so exciting because, number one, you're playing with a new media. Number two, you were playing with a lot of really cool folks. Now, Clear Lake is close to NASA, right? So, I mean, like, you're in the heart of Space City out there.
Yes, we are. We as far as my company, Vids Inc., we've actually been underwater with astronauts while they were training in the NBL. So it's absolutely right around the corner. But I mean, we have a lot of, it's almost a medical center within itself out here in this area. With the Space Center being there, we have a lot of influential business owners in this area as well. So yeah, absolutely a great time.
Sounds fabulous. Well, you know, one of the reasons that I asked you to be on this show is because I really do consider you world class, and in everything that you've done, I just see that you know, that very important part of being world class. And I mean, to me, that's just when somebody rises above the normal and tries so hard to do something that nobody else has done, and tries hard as heck to just keep going, and you succeed. So, talking about your family, you've got some children?
Absolutely. It's I think I got into the video production business because I feel like my life is like a movie, right? So I've been with my wife 23 years, and she's the only lady that I've ever seen that walked in slow motion. And I saw her from across the room, and I said, that's going to be my wife, right? So I've been with my wife 23 years. We've been married 17, but I've never hung up the phone and was like, I hate you, don't call here anymore. So we've never broken up within the first 6 years. My oldest son is 14. And I think he's absolutely a mechanical engineering genius. My youngest son, because I don't like to say I have a middle child, so my youngest son is 10, and he's the athlete of the family. And the baby girl, which, you know, she's the baby, she's just turned 8. And she's the artistic one in the family. So I pretty much got my hands full. And my wife is getting her PhD in psychology. Now, the running joke is that I don't care how many degrees she gets, she's not going to crack this nut up here in my noggin. So it doesn't matter. So that's what it is. But that's what we do.
I love it. What a family. It's been such a pleasure meeting you and getting to know you, Nolan. And so let's talk a little bit about, we dedicate this show to the world-class mentors. And so I know that you are one. Can you tell me what you're doing right now specifically to help build teams and help people? Because part of what makes you so good is that we do have a servant mentality. So we're always trying to help others. Can you tell us and share with us what you're doing to help others right now?
Well, there's a couple of different things. The first one is I really have a passion for business owners because I've built my business from the ground up, and I've had my own company since I was 19. I know about obstacles, running into walls. I know about running out of money. I know about being evicted. I know about, there's from everything to making $60,000 in 1 month, which maybe that's not a lot to some, but that was a lot to me. In 1 month, and trying to maybe sustain that. I think that's the most I've ever made, to not making any money for 6 months, right? So it goes both ways. So I really found something that really helped my interest, that's revolutionary, and it's a extra stream of income. It's a brand new company. And I've only been in it 4 months, but our team is growing by leaps and bounds. And I've been helping some people really build momentum and make some money in this business. And my website is beyoungagain.net. So it's a brand new product, which is HGH gel. So I really feel like I'm doing a couple of things at once. HGH is the mother of all hormones, and it actually turns back the hand of time. This product actually produces new cells in your body. Now, the reason I love it so much is that there's no other product like it. It's the only over-the-counter HGH transdermal FDA registered HGH in the world. So with that being said, a lot of times business owners that need more energy, they get tired, they get run down, they get very little sleep. This product takes care of all of that and a lot more. So, I've been coaching my team. I'm currently a life coach in the business. So been coaching my team to success. And last week we actually had a brand new person get 6 people in their business. They're extremely excited and just kind of following the steps that's totally duplicatable. So that's one thing that I do for business owners. Now for kids, I do something else. And I've been doing this for a while, is that, at school when I was growing up, they used to have career day, right? So everybody would come and your father or your mom would come and they talk about what they do. And you may go and walk around and go from booth to booth or whatever the case may be. I actually talk to kids about becoming an entrepreneur. And I do that through a motivational concert called Step Up to Greatness. And Step Up is an acronym. So I had Up Social, which is unleashing potential in your social network, which is Up Social Network. And Step Up to Greatness is self-discipline, talent, experience, and purpose will unleash your potential to greatness. So we have some schools that we're working with on that. And, the kids really love it. I have a platform that makes it very engaging, and we're going to be streaming that live here as well. So that's kind of what I do from a mentoring standpoint.
I love it. So you have, you go to elementary schools and then you talk and you present your program, Step Up to Greatness, which I think is fabulous. Kids are very, very much in need of things like that. So, I've attended many, many career days, but I think you're right. More than just walking booth to booth, a kid needs to know that he has the potential to pick anything and make it in there. And so I really, I honor you for doing the Step Up to Greatness. I love the title. I think it works for adults as well. So, and then I love unleashing potential. Yeah. So you've got two, a 1-2 punch there that's pretty solid there.
Well, thank you.
All right. So let me ask you this. We've talked about, yourself, your family, how you got here, what you're doing, what you're working on. Now we're in the part of the show where we kind of honor, and in Texas we say you dance with the one who brung you. So let me ask you this. Who were your mentors, Nolan? And it's time to pay them some homage. And who was it that motivated and inspired you?
Well, there was a couple of different people, and for a couple of different reasons. As I look at really trying to live a well-balanced life, there's different things that you learn from different people. So one of my, I know this is going to sound backwards, but one of my first mentors was kind of a teacher of mine. His name was Brother Roosevelt Roberts. And he was part of a college preparatory program called Upward Bound that I went to. And he's one of the people that kind of took me through manhood training. And so it was one of those things to where some of the top guys in the upper class had the privilege to go through manhood training. And it was everything from kind of how to treat a woman to how to be a family man to, how do you give back to your community? And, I really learned a lot from that standpoint as far as character, honesty, and just really how to treat others and your dynamic in different situations. So, when you're a brother, be a good brother. When you're a father, be a good father. You're the same person, but you play a different role in different people's lives. And I think that really kind of stuck with me it'll always stick with me for the rest of my life. So it really gave me the opportunity to kind of see maybe who I am to other people. And I know it's not the business situation maybe that you were looking for, but that really ingrained just me playing my role and able to step back in certain situations and say, wait, I'm not the leader in this situation, so I need to follow this person's lead, or this person may need a little bit of assistance, and I have the wherewithal or the background to help and assist in this situation. So it really gave me the opportunity to balance when not to give too much or even say too much, to where you have two ears and one mouth. Sometimes you need to listen more. So that was a big thing that's kind of been ingrained in my character. I would say that the next person would be my father. My father's extremely successful, not from a business standpoint, like he's not a business owner, but he's a Six Sigma. He's actually a champion Six Sigma, so which is improvement methodology. So he's kind of a business consultant on steroids. So some of the top 100 companies actually hire him to go in and figure out where they're losing money, or a better system or a better process that needs to be in there. And he was the first person to give me the book Think and Grow Rich. And he uses it not from a business owner standpoint, but just, strictly business within itself. And so that whole striving for success, always, you miss 100% of the shots that you don't take. You can't blow up if you don't show up type of mentality. All of that comes from my father. And then the last person that I would say is that was my mentor, and I would say the best for last, was my grandmother. Everything in life to me, if you get to know me even a little bit more, you'll see the love that I give in everything that I do. Even from Up Social is a platform that I really put other people out there, step up to greatness. Even when I do Vids Inc., when I do videos for people, I try to deliver that clear, concise, consistent message each and every time for their business to be successful from a marketing. So everything I do is with love in there. And I learned really how to love from my grandmother. So taking those three dynamics, I think that's what makes me who I am today.
I'll tell you what, Nolan, I knew you were super special when I first met you, and I knew you were world-class after working with you. But what you just said about Brother Roosevelt Roberts and your father, and then, of course, your grandmother, it tells me that we have found a winner. And I want to congratulate you, first of all, for learning what you did, for being open, for sharing what you've learned, and then for still wanting to go forward. So let me ask you this. What will be your legacy? How would you want to pay this forward? And what do you want to accomplish, here? Before we throw in the towel.
Okay.
What do you want to do with? All right.
Well, what I really want to do is I want to touch people's lives in a positive manner. I want to be the person to say, regardless to what he was faced against, he found a positive way. He still made me laugh at his worst times. He still made me smile. He still came through for me. If he could do it with starting from absolutely nothing, with just nothing but an idea and $100, he kind of paved the way and left some breadcrumbs or a blueprint. I feel like I can do it as well. And it's really just that mindset of people. And I say this all the time, and I know it sounds crazy, but I say this all the time. When I do something absolutely crazy and people are laughing, I tell people all the time, I say, you're going to be talking about this at my funeral, right? So I really just want it really just to be a bunch of people that gather around and just tell stories of Nolan Davis and how I helped them, or how I put a smile on their face, or how I uplifted them in their time of need. I'm really the guy that a lot of people call when they need something, and when everything is going well, my phone doesn't ring as much, and I'm okay with that. Sometimes that's tiring, but to be consistent with that, I think shows strength. So really, that's kind of the legacy I want to leave.
I love it. Absolutely love it. Nolan, so let me ask you this. If someone would like to get a hold of you, what's the best way to get a hold of Nolan Davis?
Oh, well, I'm a very personable guy. My brother says I never met a stranger, so you can just call me on the phone. Call me right up. My number's 832-317-8359. And if you heard anything here today that you want to reach out, you can go ahead and do that. I've actually listened to other people on radio shows, and if I've learned something from that, I've called people and just said thank you. I think that what you said was absolutely awesome. You have no idea who I am. I'm not nowhere in your city. I don't need anything from you. I'm not asking to sell you anything or anything. I just wanted to say thank you because I like how you said the dot, the dot, the dot. So even if you just wanted to reach out and just say a friendly hello, absolutely. Or you can check me out on Facebook, which is Nolan, Nolen Davis, and I'll come right up.
You're amazing. I love it. All right, Nolan. So let's wrap this up. I'd like to, number one, congratulate you for the story that you've shared, for the people that you've brought to our lives, for being the man that you are, and the father that you are, and the friend that you are. And I'd like to invite others to take a look at your business on beyoungagain.net. I love that. Be Young Again. Okay. I like that. Something else you said that really kind of nailed the mission down for me was you brought up that when you do your videos, you help small companies, you make their message clear and concise. And, from all the years that I've been doing business consulting and strategy planning, it's so funny, but that is probably the number one request that I get is, can you please help me with clarity? And it seems like every single business out there, even the big ones, will have a mission or a vision statement, but then when you ask, their board of directors or their top managers or their vice presidents, if you sit them all in one room, I'd like to know how many of them can tell you what their company's mission and vision statement are. And so, if you're a small business owner and your employees don't know what your vision statement is and what they're working for, you guys need to sit them down, because that's going to make a huge difference in the success of your little companies.
Absolutely. And my thing was that how do you get that out to so many people over and over again, right? And that's that I took some of the methodology aspect of Six Sigma and kind of ingrained it into video. So I'm definitely a different video guy. So I would do my own SWOT analysis, which is strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and targets. Who's your target market? And then I'll also ask, what type of emotion do you want to evoke? Because video is the only medium that can evoke an emotion. Along with that clear, concise, consistent message each and every time, delivered over and over again, to use as a portal to your business is a very powerful tool. So that's really the reason I got into video.
I love it. So you take a very, very powerful element that only some of the largest companies in the world use, which is Six Sigma. And by the way, I think there's yellow belt, green belt, and black belt, right? And Six Sigma.
Yep. And then there's master black belt, and then there's champion. Champion is the guy that trains the master black belts, and that's what my father is.
Wow, I'm so impressed. So very impressed. From my life at HP, we were doing a lot of ITIL and methodologies training, and Six Sigma was that was the number one. That's the big one. So Absolutely. Listen, my congratulations to you, Nolan. I think, your kids have a real treasure. Your wife sounds amazing. Your family life is great. I love the fact that you honored your grandmother. Any last words for our audience?
Absolutely. What I like to do is I like to thank you, Miss Tony Kaufman, because we've known each other a very short period of time, and as we talk about mentors and honoring people, I like to honor you in these final moments because you've actually opened the door and opened my eyes to a lot of different things. I've shown you some of the stuff that I'm doing, and you just jumped right in and tried to help. And you've been a friend since we said hello to each other. So I absolutely want to thank you. I want to thank you for putting me on this show as well. And it motivates me that someone of your caliber and your character can see something very positive in me. So I just wanted to thank you for that. But that's really all I have.
Oh, my goodness. Love you, Donna. Thank you so much. All right, everyone. This has been the World Class Mentors. This has been Nolan Davis. What a wonderful way to start our show. And remember, if you are world class or if you know someone who's world class, we want them on this show. And world class can mean a variety of things. But most important, it simply means someone who really cares to give it all they've got. And so that's what we're about. Thank you, everyone, for listening to the World Class Mentors. If you want to get on our guest list, it's the worldclassmentors.com. And we thank again Society Bites Radio, part of the Radio Ear Network. And this is a fabulous, fabulous group of folks that you all want to stick with. Thank you, Nolan.
Thank you. Thank you.